putting down financial roots. Yeah, you might want to put out extra roots, even if you have enough roots already, but it never hurts because you don't know when you might lose a financial source of income. I'm not a financial advisor, so legally can't say this is financial advice, but welcome to the Amazing Education Station. It's the channel that gives you information that's going to benefit you. Yes, financially, it will help your health. Look at all the other videos. If people just follow these, I don't understand why the world doesn't take good advice. I'm a master educator, not a doctor, not a lawyer, and not a financial advisor, but you watch my videos, people, if you follow these tips in my videos, you're going to have just a much better life, especially if your IQ is below 120. And as I said, I'm a master educator, so it's going to help you out a lot. You might disagree with what I tell you, but you know what? Were you a straight A student? Did you get 100% on all your tests in school? Well, then, if you did, you wouldn't be watching or listening to these videos. And I always say it's more about listening. Yeah, the videos, they're just boring video. It's not interesting to look at, but it's listening. So listen for the information you need to know. Please like, thumbs up, and subscribe when at any point when you're listening and the information benefits you. And as I said, we would have a peaceful world. We would have a cleaner, healthier world, including healthier for you, less chance of cancer, heart disease, obesity, diabetes. As I said, I'm not a doctor. It's not medical advice, not legal advice. But, take care of yourself, exercise, eat healthy. Check out the other videos that make it easy. It explains it, makes it easy. Here's a tip for you. When you're feeling hungry, hungry, and you're trying to lose weight, or you're already overweight and you're angry, maybe not feeling great because you're hungry, that's the feeling of your body switching over to burning your extra fat and extra calories. So that's a good feeling. So don't say, oh gosh, I'm hungry, it's really bad, and I'm overweight, but I'm going to eat more. No. What you need to do is make sure you have proper food. Don't go on a diet. These fad diets, first of all, you're denying yourself food. No, instead, what you should do is supply yourself with the right food and the right fuel and exercise and so on. And if there's some reason that you can't exercise, well, you have much bigger problems. You need to maybe change your life, or you have a serious medical issue which you're already aware of. And if you can't exercise in any way, well, you don't have much time left. So you better enjoy the time you have left. And all I can say is my thoughts are with you. But you can, just about anybody can do many things to improve their lives. Maybe you're exercising too much, but I'm just giving information that's going to help the average person in the land that I know the best, the United States. And a lot of other countries are headed in this direction. Anyway, so that's my pitch to watch the other videos, like, subscribe, share them. We need more people to understand these ideas if we want to achieve a better world, instead of promoting silly mystical, supernatural ideas where there's no way, we're never going to have proof, and you're just supposed to believe what a leader is telling you to their benefit, to the benefit of the leader, and probably not to your benefit. Think of the wars happening in the world where some leader wants to achieve something, and he might be fighting against real injustice, or maybe not, but fighting and killing innocent people should never be legal. We need to rearrange our society, and we can do a lot to improve it. If you go back hundreds of years and thousands of years, you can see there were a lot, more violent deaths compared to now, and so we have greatly improved. Gosh, you can pick up your phone and there you go, you've got a video that proves somebody it was in the wrong or in the right or whatever, and if you need to provide that information in a court of law or whatever. And so we're making big improvements in protecting human rights and the so-called health of the planet, or how healthy the planet is for people. Yeah, so there's good room for improvement, but a lot of hope. So, you know, our society now is very primitive to what we will have in the future. Think about that. It's going to be a lot better as we continue to improve things. But we have to don't think everything is an improvement. So not every invention is going to be helpful and wonderful, as we know. Now, let's talk about an invention, smoking. It's been around for hundreds of years. This video is a continued part of a series of trying to avoid, if you have a rental house, which is the number one way, real estate is the number one way for people to be millionaires. So I recommend having an income from real estate, even if it's just a rental house and you have a property manager and you do virtually nothing, you know, next to nothing, but the money comes in because you're caring for a property. And who might not care for your property well enough are smokers. Now, people applying for a house, I hate to say it, but 2 out of 3 applicants or more, so at least 60%, maybe up to 80%, won't even provide complete or true or accurate information when they're applying for the house. And usually there's a reason. A friend of mine said, you know, he just doesn't like putting up with dumb people. That's why he doesn't like renting out a place. But he still does it, but he's just cut way back to just one. And who out there in our society can't own a home or can't take care of their own property? Well, it may be because they have low IQ, poor grades in school, bad money management, or low income, and so, you know, then they don't make good decisions, and then they're renting. So if that's you, you know, what can I say other than you might not make the best decisions, so follow the rules. Just follow the rules. That's what they're there to help you, and especially you smokers. Now, okay, that's damaging your health, obviously. You might think it's good for you. Oh, you could give an example. Oh, this person lived to 98 years old and they smoked cigarettes every day, so that proves... No, that doesn't prove that smoking is healthy. It means that they were able to overcome the damage, and it's a rare person. On average, if you look at it, and you never know, you could be the person that gets cancer at age 45 or 57, like my cousin, now dead from sitting around, not exercising, and smoking, including, I'm sure, illegal substances. So that could be you. You want to make it to 57, you might only make it to 40. You could, you know, if you're using something illegal, you might have an accident in a car or some other accident. You might cause yourself epilepsy or what's it called when the blood vessels in the brain are blocked. So I know another person who drank cola, so not maybe Pepsi or Coca-Cola, and smoked cigarettes. Well, that's a great way to have these, I guess it would be an aneurysm or something in your brain, where the blood vessels either get blocked or pop. As I said, I'm not a doctor, but I know you just Google it and you can see, do your own research, and you can see you're smoking cigarettes and drinking soda all day, every day. You're really heavily increasing your risk for a blood clot in your brain or something like that. Hardening of the arteries in your brain, maybe. And so the cola nut is not good. Caffeine, well, that also leads you to increased risk of joint pain. What do you call that? Arthritis. Yeah, that's right. So, because it gives you the energy to overwork yourself. And there you go. You overworked your joints. Arthritis. So, you got to be careful, and if you just go with the crowd, you may get the diseases of the crowd. You want to be healthier, you got to follow good advice of the experts. And so back to you smokers or people trying to avoid smokers in the house. Well, it's a number one cause of damage to homes that is reported for insurance purposes is fires, and maybe often caused by smoking or burning incense or candles, but smoking is probably the number one. Cigarettes, they burn a long time and they can start fires. So if you have a rental property, or you will in the future, you can put in the lease and notify people looking at the house that they will be financially responsible for smoking damage, even with their guests, okay? And in the lease, that they would need to inform any guests of this non-smoking policy, including maybe marijuana, and you can put separate provisions in there for not growing marijuana, not smoking marijuana. Now, consuming it is next to impossible to catch, and in certain states it's now legal as recreational, although it's illegal federally. So you could still, but the problem is you wouldn't expect enforcement. So you might not get local enforcement in your state, even though it's illegal federally to possess or use marijuana, but catching it and enforcing it could be next to impossible. But hey, you can put it in the lease if you want to, and then if just by chance, you somehow catch this, then it would be cause for eviction. And you need to also, if that's what you would want to do, is evict the person to protect your house from like a drug raid or from damage, smoke damage, and a fume smell lingering in your property for future renters. You want to protect your house. You can go so far as, financially responsible for the lingering fumes and smoke buildup on the walls. You can detail that so it's clear, like, this is the reason why. It could be expensive. And you can also discuss it. You can provide information like non-smoking signs on the property, and even literature, because, as I said, the people applying for housing, maybe 80% of them, especially if they're smokers, could be more than 90 up to 100%, are not going to be honest that they're smokers. And the smokers that I've had in my non-smoking property, 100% of them have lied and said they were not smokers. So it's putting me to a higher level. So this is what I'm recommending: to ask the previous owners of their other rentals, so where they've lived before. You need to find out, if you like, their complete history, or 5 years, however many necessary, and call them and say, oh, you're doing a reference check on a person, so on and so forth. Were they, good renters? Would you rent to them again? These are good questions. And then are they smokers? Is this person a smoker? And if the person that you're talking to is actually the previous landlord, which you don't know, but you could take some steps to find out if they are. Just, you can look up the owner of a house based on their address. So find out what the address was the person lived at, and then find the owner of that house by doing an internet search. And so you're calling the owner of the house, and you could find out, oh yes, this is a rental, oh yes, I'm the owner, and so forth, by asking them, looking up their phone number online. And if they're very clever, somehow extremely clever, the lying tricksters that are applying for your rental, they could figure out a way that they never even lived there, you know. They could be tricking you, but hopefully not. You just got to do your best. And you know, you can call that person and just say like, oh, you know, I was just looking for a rental room. Don't even tell the person what you're doing. Just verify that they have rental rooms, and that might help. Maybe call from a number that is not your normal number. Call from a phone number that your prospective tenant, the applicants, don't have, and then just say that you're looking for a rental house, rental room, apartment, whatever it is, just to see if the person you're calling truly rents. And it might help to verify. There's no guaranteed way, but a much better way is to just use, say, some kind of a background checking service that would do criminal background checking as well, and that would include court records for any kind of eviction. And so if they were really bad renters, it's not going to tell you if they were smokers or not, usually, unless they were evicted for a cigarette-caused fire. But you know, if there's anything really bad, then you'd be able to catch it that way. But it's not, as I said, that won't tell you about the smoking. But if you can see also from the past rental records that they've lived in places for short periods of time, 6 months, 12 months, and continually hopping from place to place, well, you'd want an explanation. Is there a good reason? Are they changing colleges from, you know, one place to another? Is it because of work related moves that they were required to move? Or were they just moving on their own because the owners were not happy with them, and vice versa? So that's another thing to look at. So there are many, many ways to catch the clues, but nothing is guaranteed, and just assume that you're not going to know. They're probably going to lie to you. So it means you need to prepare your property to, you know, as I said, maybe have non-smoking signs, or you can also have paint that's semi-gloss or glossy paint, so it'd be easier to clean the nicotine or the other types of smoke off the walls instead of completely repainting. And there may be special paint just to stop nicotine, so you can look that up. And there are more ideas in another video, so check out the other videos. Something you can do to your house that could reduce the amount of smoking. All right, protect your property. Don't lose. You don't want to have the loss of rent when your property catches on fire and you can't rent the place. All right. So, and it's going to be better for everybody involved. You know, quit smoking, folks, and don't lie. You don't want to be considered just a liar who makes bad decisions with your life, right? You can get joy from other things, from significant other, husband, wife, and you know, good work and nice music, beautiful scenery and flowers. Let's improve the world and our lifestyles so that we don't need factory-made drugs to keep us from feeling terrible. Okay, take care. They actually make us feel terrible. They don't really help. Okay, take care now. Bye.